A man called Mr. Stern, his people called up and said that Howard was not happy that we're going to be on his show. And I respected whatever they told Jackie because I didn't want Jackie to lose his job.
That's, of course, the voice of Pat Cooper. And we here at Howard 100 News reached out to Pat after Howard had some words regarding Jackie having him on as a guest on Joke Hunt. Pat and his manager agreed at first, but later declined. They wanted to get on the Stern show first. And I guess we were just sloppy seconds and not.
That's right. He was invited on a Jackie's Joke Hunt, and then he turned it down when he realized Howard's not involved on Jackie's show, and he said, and they go, we'll wait for Howard. And then Jackie was like, well, what the fuck?
Big enough of a show. So where does Pat go to voice his hate of Howard Stern? To a place that won't call him out on his bullshit. An internet radio show called The Live Test Show. And when asked if Jackie was really concerned for his job, Pat had this to say.
Jackie said to me, Pat, I need this job. I said, I wouldn't do anything to hurt your living.
And once Pat gets going with his version of history, minus the accuracy, it's kind of fun to just see what bullshit he'll come up with next.
King of the media. You're not even queen of the media.
Pat would come into Sirius, go into that big green room at the front, when you walked into the right. And every time I'd see him there, I'd walk in and I would have my recorder. I was just such a huge fan of Pat throughout the years on the Stern Show, but I wasn't in the loop. I didn't know if he was mad, if he was happy. So I'd walk in, I go, hey, Pat, Shuli from Howard 100 News. That's all I'd have to say. He goes, let me fucking tell you something about Howard. And for the next 8 minutes, I'm sitting there with my mic out, not saying a word, recording every fucking awful thing he's saying. And knowing the whole time, I can't play any of this on the news. None of this is going to make it on. I'm just going to sit there and go, hey, I got 3-part story of this guy shitting on Howard coming up on Howard 100 News. Would have been great, but there's no way they would have let that fly.
He's a spot king.
It's over. Your day is over. He doesn't understand. He double-crossed his base. He double-crossed his fans. Now they got to pay $12 to listen to the same garbage that he did 30 years ago.
Right. He's a
young bull. Millions. He remarried. He got He's living differently now. He plays chess. He smokes a pipe, and he gooses his dog.
Now here are the facts. Chevy knows his house.
Gooses his dog. He plays chess and he gooses his dog.
And it's no mystery that Pat can't wrap his mind around people squashing their beefs.
He's afraid. When I was on his last show, what's his name? Chevy Chase screamed at him that he woke him up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Chevy said, I'll strangle you, I'll kill you, I'll do everything. How dare you wake me up at 4 in the morning? And then Howard Meadow thought it was a joke. When Howard got married, what do you think happened? He invited Chevy Chase, who berated him. That's the kind of man Howard is. What Howard should do is get out of the business, get a mohawk haircut. Get back to today. That's where you belong. Nobody cares about him no more. How many millions can you make? Ask Howard Stern one question. What have you done to help anybody?
Right.
You fired Jackie Martling that's been with you. So there was a mistake. Forget about it. You give him another chance. No, but he wants to become a dictator. And that's a disgrace.
So's lying about a friend who did nothing but support you.
Boom! Like a man, I take a shot at Pat Cooper when he's not around, and we'll never hear it. In hindsight, he actually makes some valid points. I mean, Stacey, you can't sit there and deny, Yeah. So Patrice loved him, absolutely. Most comics, I would say, if they were worth the shit, realize what a fucking diamond Pat was. Whoa.